Yuri Gagarin, Neil Armstrong, Valentina Tereshkova, Buzz Aldrin, and now Katy Perry, Gayle King, Lauren Sanchez, and 4 other women that the media doesn't seem to know the names of. It's not 1962, it's 2025, which means it's time to turn space travel into what we've turned everything else into. A female-dominated reality TV show full of face shots, ass shots, clothing you can't afford, and some pseudo-intellectual philosophy for good measure. This will undoubtedly turn into a Netflix series and inspire comedic film. Something called Glitter in the Galaxy, Zero Gravity, Maximum Sass, or perhaps simply Rocket Queens. Rated PG-13. Just like this page. Before launch, the Stardust Divas took a few moments to admire and size up the mushroom-headed rocket, which can be more accurately described as a giant space dong. Considering it's a product of Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin, which has accomplished a fraction of SpaceX, it's clear that someone is sending a message. And that message is, I may not be the best, but I am the biggest, as reflected by this giant space vessel shaped like a massive very subtle. It's also notable that the world's most successful sugar baby is looking more and more like Blair White with each passing surgery. Standing by the launch site for commentary were space expedition experts Kris and Khloe Kardashian, who are no strangers to hopping aboard many jumbo rockets themselves. In a recent interview with Elle, Katy said that space is finally going to be glam. We are going to put the ass in astronauts. And no, that's not one of my jokes. She literally said that. Though I would argue that Barbarella was the first to do that.
Barbarella psychedelic, there's a kind of cockle shell about you. Barbarella, Barbarella.
You know, there's a character in the film who plays a sex doctor named Duran Duran. And yes, that's where they got their name. The more you know. Now, while in space, the ladies seem to awe and marvel of the universe.
Guys, I have to tell you, look at the moon. Look.
Well, Katy seemed to awe and marvel of herself. Nevertheless, you've got to give these ladies kudos. After all, it's not easy to climb aboard this giant dong and get shot into the outer limits at over 2,000 miles per hour before getting ejected like a giant money shot, plummeting to its death, before being rescued at the very last minute by some parachutes. Upon landing, Katy Perry exited the giant mushroom head as if she was the protagonist at the end of the last episode of Lost in Space. You would think that her 11-minute journey to the stars was 11 years on Mars. And then Katy imparted us lowly Earth dwellers with this multiplanetary knowledge.
This whole journey is not just about going to space. What you're doing is you're like really finding the love for yourself, because you got to trust in yourself on this journey, and then you're feeling the love when you come down, for sure, and you're feeling that strength. So I feel really connected to that strong divine feminine right now.
And yes, what would we do without the divine feminine or their heavenly bodies? Once again, this has been Mr. Steven Steele reporting for the Steele News Network.